What is up, guys? I'm going to be picking my favorite Pokemon of every type of every generation. Alright, let's do this. Gen 1 normal type. I like a lot, but I'm gonna say probably Persian. For fire, it's definitely Arcanine. Water, oh god, there's a lot of options. I'm gonna say I'll say Kingdra. No, not Kingdra. Kingler. Grass, Tangela, 100%. Electric is probably Raichu. Well, actually, I like Zapdos. For ice, I'm gonna say Articuno. For fighting, Machamp was my original favorite Pokemon of all time, but I feel like I've grown more into Hitmonchan. For poison, I'm gonna say Muck. For ground, this is tough. I'm gonna say Dugtrio. I just love that silly little guy. Flying, Pidgeotto. It's pretty cool. Psychic is probably Slowbro for me. For bug, it is definitely Pinsir. Rock, I'm gonna say Golem on this one. For ghost, it's Haunter. I love Haunter. For dragon, people might come for me in this, but I'm gonna say Dragonair, not Dragonite. I just like middle stages. For this one, I'm just picking the substitute doll. For steel, probably Magneton. Fairy is Wigglytuff. Favorite starter is definitely Eevee. Favorite gimmick form is probably Gigantamax Gengar. Favorite legendary is probably Articuno, and then my favorite overall for Gen 1, probably Arcanine. Alright, next up we have, here we go, much better, and alright, Gen 2 normal. I'm gonna say Blissey. I love Blissey. For fire, I'm gonna say Quilava. I just like the silly little guy. Water is Corsola. It's underrated. I love him. Grass is Chikorita. Yet again, underrated as hell, but I love him. Electric, Pichu. He's adorable. Ice is Delibird. Fighting is Tyrogue. Poison is Ariados. Ground is Quagsire. Well, no, Donphan. For flying, it's probably I like a lot of flying types from Gen 2. I'm gonna say Natu. Underrated as hell. Psychic. The I like Girafarig. He's silly. Bug is Shuckle. Rock is Macargo. Ghost, Mischievous, it's the only option. And then Kingdra, it's the only option. Honestly, I like Mischievous and Kingdra. Dark, Houndoom, any day of the week. Steel is Steelix. Fairy is probably Granbull. Favorite starter, Chikorita. Gimmick form, Oh wow, look at all these options. Probably Tyranitar. Favorite legend, Raikou. Wait, what did I even put for electric? Pichu. Okay, yeah. Favorite overall? Definitely Steelix. Well, no, Houndoom. I might come back and change a few things, but whatever. For Gen 3 normal types, I'm gonna say Loudred. I like him. Fire's going to Torkoal. Alright, I'm gonna say for water. Wow, there's a lot of options, but I'm gonna say Huntail. Underrated. For grass, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Cacturn. Actually, Shiftry. Electric is Minun. Ice type, Spheal. Fighting is Breloom. Actually, no. Hariyama's fighting, and Breloom is grass. Poison is Swalot. He's a goofy guy. Ground. I'm gonna say, I'll say Whiscash. It might change though. Flying is definitely Altaria. Psychic is probably Lunatone. Bug is probably Shedinja. Rock is Regirock. Actually, I'll go with Lairon. Ghost is Bayonet. Dragon, I'm gonna say Altaria or Altaria, whatever. Dark is Sableye. Steel is Jirachi. Fairy, Mawile. Starter is, I'm gonna say Combuskin. Gimmick form, I'll say Mega Manectric. Legend is Latias. Favorite in general, probably Torkoal. Alright. Gen 4. It's Bidoof. Well, actually, I like Ambipom. Wait, let me look at all the options again. Yeah, Ambipom. Fire, Heatran. Water is, I'm gonna say Lumineon. For grass, it's, I mean, I do like the Tangela line, but like, I'm gonna say Bloomed Cherrim, or whatever the form is. Electric is Electivire, 100%. Ice is probably Weavile. Actually, no, Snover. Fighting is Monferno. Poison is Skuntank. Ground is female Hippowdon. Flying is, I'll say Staravia. Actually, Starly. He's cute. Psychic is Bronzong. Yeah, Bronzong. I might change it. Bug is definitely Scorpie, or Scorpy. However you guys want to say it. don't care how I say it. Rock is Probopass. Ghost is Frostlass. Dragon is Gabite. Dark is... oh god, there's a lot of good options. I mean, there's Spiritomb, Drapion, Weavile, Darkrai. I'm gonna say Weavile. Steel is Empoleon. Fairy, Togekiss. Well, actually, yeah, Togekiss. Starter, Monferno. Well, actually, Piplup. It's TC Nick 3. Mega Gallade. Well, actually, Mega Lucario. Legendary is Dialga. Favorite overall is Empoleon. Well, actually, no, Electivire. Also, I just realized 3 of the 4 favorites, like, overall, have been fire types. Alright. Gen 5 normal types. I'm going to say... I'll say Winter Sawsbuck. Fire is... I like Heat more. Water... Blue Stripe Basculin. Grass is... I like Simisage's design. Electric, Stunfisk. Ice, probably Cryogonal. Fighting is obviously Conkeldurr. Poison, Amoonguss. Actually, yeah, Amoonguss. Ground, I'll say Krokorok. Flying, I'll say Bit-of. He's pretty cute. Psychic, Swoobat. Bug is probably Durant. Rock is obviously Gigalith. Ghost is Golurk. Dragon is probably gonna be Karen Black. Dark. Actually, I'll change my ground to Escavalier, or no, Excadrill, and then make this Krokorok. Steel, I'm going to say I like. Actually, ground, Palpitoad, Steel. Actually, where is it? Alright, there we go. Fairy. I say Whimsicott. Starter. I'll say Oshawott. He's adorable. Gimmick form, Gigantamax Garbodor. For the legendary, it's definitely the Landorus Therian. And I'll say Gigalith. I like Gigalith a lot. Normal Gen 6. I'll say regular Furfrou. I've never played a Gen 6 game, and I only know like certain Gen 6 Pokemon who are in the games that I've played. Fire. I'll say Volcanion. He's cool. Water is I'll say Primal Kyogre. Grass is Go-Goat. Electric Heliolisk. Ice Avalugg. Fighting is Pangoro. Poison Mega Beedrill. Ground Diggersby. Flying, I like this pattern of Vivillon, Vivillon, but whatever. It's Hawlucha. Psychic, I'll say regular Hoopa. Bug, Spupa. Rock, Barbaracle. Ghost is Gourgeist. Dragon is Sliggoo. Well, actually, Dragalge. Dark is Pangoro. Actually, no, Greninja. Steel is Blade Form Aegislash. Fairy is Slurpuff. Starter Greninja. Form is probably Mega Sceptile. Well, actually, Mega Gengar. Legend, I'm gonna say Dog Zygarde, and then the favorite is, where's Slurpuff? There he is. For Gen 7, favorite normal type Komala, favorite fire type, I'll say Salazzle. For water, I'll go with, I'll say School Form Wishy-Washy. For grass, it's Delmise. Electric is, I like Alolan Golem. Ice, Alolan Ninetales. Fighting is obviously Beware. Poison, Toxapex. Ground is Palossand. Flying is probably the dark blue Minior. Psychic is I like this. I forgot its name. Bug is Golisopod. Rock, Midnight Lycanroc. Ghost, Broken Disguise Mimikyu. Dragon, I'll say Naganadel. Dark is definitely Incineroar. Steel, Togedemaru, he's adorable. Fairy, I'll say Comfey. Starter, Torcat. Gimmick Form, Gigantamax Melmetal. Legend, I'll say Tapu Koko. Favorite overall, Togedemaru. Gen 8 normal type, Greedent. Favorite fire type, I'll say Zen Mode, Galarian, Darmanitan. Water is gotta think on this one. Right. I'll say Sobble. He's adorable. Grass. I like Appleton. Wait. Yeah, I'll say Appleton. Electric is Boltund. Ice. I like both forms of Avalugg, so I'll say Galarian Avalugg. Or, no, not Galarian. Hisuian Avalugg. Fighting is Surfetched. Sorry to all you Phalanx fans. I mean, I do like Phalanx, but, like, not as much as Surfetched. Poison is amped up Toxtricity. Ground is... yeah, Runerigus. For flying, it's Cramorant choking on a Pikachu. Psychic is... I'll say Weirdeer. Bug, Frostmoth. Rock, Hisuian Arcanine. Ghost, I'll say Basculation. For Dragon, I'll say Hisuian Sliggoo. Dark type is Grimmsnarl. Actually, I'll say... no. I'll say... wait. I'll say Angie Morpeko. He's funny. Steel is Berserker. It's my favorite Pokemon. Fairy is Grimmsnarl. Starter is Hisuian Decidueye. Form is Eternamax Eternatus. Actually, Galarian Moltres, and then Berserker. Gen 9 normal type. I'm gonna say base Terapagos. It's adorable. Fire. I'll say Scovelin. For water, I'll say the Don Bozo. Grass, Meowscarada, or Meowscarada. Electric, Iron Thorns. Ice is... I like Delibird, and I like Iron Bundle. I'll go with it. For fighting, I'll go with Iron Valiant. That's good. I'll say for poison, I'll say Glimmora. Actually, I like Revavroom. For ground, I'll say Toedscruel. For flying, it's Bombardier. Psychic is... I'll say Screamtail. It's adorable. Bug is Lokix. For rock, it's Cloth. Editor, Crab Dance Noise. Ghost is probably Goldango. For dragon, I'll say... no, I'll say Roaring Moon. I like Roaring Moon. For dark, it's probably Brute Bonnet. Steel... Steel Archaladon. Fairy is Tinkaton. Starter, Meowscarada. Form, I'll say Paldean Wooper. Legendary is Pheasantipity. Favorite of all time in Gen 9 is Meowscarada. Finally, for all of them, my favorite normal type out of all of these is probably Persian. Fire type is Torkoal. For water, it's Primal Kyogre. Actually, I'll say Kingler. Grass is Meowscarada. Electric, Electivire. Ice is Articuno. Fighting is obviously Pangoro. Poison, Toxtricity. Ground is Donphan. Actually, Dugtrio. Flying is Blue Minior. Psychic, I'll say, is Bronzong. Bug is Golisopod. Rock, I'll say Gigalith. Ghost is I'll say Gourgeist. Dragon, I'll say Goodbite. I like him. For dark, it's actually, I'll say Greninja. Steel, Berserker, Fairy, Slurpuff, Starter, Eevee. Actually, Meowscarada. Mega Manectric. Legend is Dialga. And my favorite overall is Berserker. Time to do these. My favorite regional bird, I'll say Pidove. Regional mammal, I'll say Lechonk. For the bug, I'll say Teemu Whirlpool. Sorry, Scatterbug. Pseudo legendary. I'll say Kamalo. He's funny. Minun is definitely my pick. Evolution, Glaceon. Favorite fossil, Bastiodon. Regional form, I'll say Galarian Weezing. Gigantamax, I'll say Inteleon. Baby, I'll say Magby. Favorite box legend, this is Obby. Alright, mythical, I'll say Zarude. Ultra Beast, I'll say Kartana. Paradox, I'll say Miraidon. Favorite type in general, Steel. Favorite Pokeball, I like the luxury ball. Favorite spin, I don't like any specific one, so I'll just do random. Alright, favorite Vivian, or Vivillon. Why do I keep saying Vivian? I'll say that one. Favorite Alchemy, I like Gigantamax. Favorite new evolution. There's a lot of good options. I'll say Berserker, because he's my favorite Pokemon. Right. And there's my team. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. And if you want me to do the shiny version, let me know down in the comments below. And I will see you guys next time. So until then, goodbye.